Hello, YouTube. I wish that we could be speaking about something pleasant. However, that's not the case. I'd like to read a quote to you. This quote comes from the Memphis Commercial Appeal. No portrayal of minority experience in the history which actually occurred shall obscure the experience or contributions of the Founding Fathers, or the majority of citizens, including those who've reached positions of leadership. Keep that in mind, and maybe you want to pause the video now, click on the link, and read the article. Or maybe you have already heard a little bit about what I'm going to try not to yell about. Subscribers, no matter if you find yourself disagreeing with me, most of the time or not, you have to admit the Tea Party's motto, "We want our country back." I spoke about this before, remember? We want our country back. Well, it may be inspired by love for country or expressing nostalgia, but it leaves much to the imagination. Now, I'm not here to demonize or ridicule or pathologize. I do not know the individual intentions of all members, but I can state what it appears like. So, not only do the tea drippers want their country back, some want a protective casing of conservative media. These fucking Tennessee yahoos want to change history. Like the Texas Board of Education when they made these surgical revisions to its social studies curriculum. These folks want to adopt the reality that facts are optional. They really don't matter. No, they're optional. Their imprudence is showing as they demand the immediate removal of any mention of slavery as it applies to the Founding Fathers. Now get this. It's because they wish to have schools clean up their image. Now, that's code for glossing over the character defects and feed students the truth about America via the deducting of actuality. Let's scrub history by means of subtracting the real deal. God, don't you love it? This is how you claim your country. This is how you bring things back to the good old days. It amounts to calling a genie forward and declaring, "I don't want to think that the Founding Fathers owned slaves. Oh no!" And all of the nastiness that came with that territory. And genie, please, let's get rid of the way that the Founding Fathers pissed on the memory of the fallen Native Americans who were murdered to secure land rights. So just make it so. Make it so in the eyes of our children. Can't you just hear them say this? Now, I may be wrong, and if I am, please tell me. Bring your evidence and sound reasoning to the table. Keep the bullshit. I have no problem in retracting an ill-formed opinion. It appears they desire a homecoming to white normality by projecting an illusion of moral superiority. It is not enough to just show the entire picture of the Founding Fathers' ideological makeup, both good and bad. You know, behavior that resulted from that, and stress the need to learn from their mistakes. No, forget what history is about. We don't need to use history that way. No, they want to cover up the hypocrisies. They want to get rid of the fact that some of them were racist and pro-slavery. Let's pretend that their concept of liberty was sincere. And while we're at it, let's imagine that they saw blacks as equals instead of subhuman. Fuck you. The Constitution was not written for Native Americans and blacks. Our ancestry were thought of as expendable organic currency to them. their actions prove my claim. Yet, let's sidestep this because teaching our children lies is more important. Abandoning integrity is important in our school systems, as if it's not fucked up enough, as if teachers don't have it hard enough. The ones that truly do care, now you want them to lie some more? Oh no, you want them to keep silent and just push the textbooks in front of children and let the textbooks do it. If the majority of the founding fathers were opposed to yet another stain on humanity, then tell me, why did they not find it inconsistent with humanity? That they would not allow slavery, that they would have treated the Native Americans differently? So why pander to a gross distortion like that nasty, ugh? Okay, let me calm down here. Why pander to a gross distortion like Republican Michelle Bachmann did when she attempted to pretend that these men collectively made a concerted effort to abolish the practice of slavery? To these particular Tennessee Tea Party members that long for the deletion of certain inconvenient facts, is this the basic social conservatism in action that you so much want? Is this an example of this, huh? Do you have to employ deceit and lack of integrity to get your country back? Well, I've had enough of the likes of you. And if you want people, especially people of color, to take responsibility for their lives, then you need to understand the importance of upholding actuality. We all need to do our part. We are all in this together. So fuck you, I'm not going to cover up what the founding fathers did. If this is how you're going to go about getting your country back, then you need to acknowledge that our history is rife with examples of trying to solve the consequences of one bad policy by advancing another one. You need to examine the reality that we require citizens that are motivated by the best interests of everyone, not selected few, not ones who claim the poor habits of many current politicians by only promoting their self-interest. Your general movement needs to stop bitching about things that Obama does, like supposedly supporting the Islamic intention to destroy America and enslave the West. You can't have it both ways. There has to be consistency in your actions if you want to require it of others. What happened to the supposed moral component of your party? Is this easy to forget when convenient? How can the essence of a great nation, which many claim is at stake, be regained if you mimic the supposed progressive agenda which you deem is corrupting America? If you do not desire the human condition inherent shortcomings included to be legislated into submission, then you must demand honesty in all manners of expression, or you are just a pretender, a phony, a deceiver, and a poor excuse for a sweet talker. Thank you for listening.